Good morning, class. Good morning. Let us now continue with the revision 2 preparation. And since we have William Douglas's Deep Water, let us see as short as possible, but we'll cover all the points. In case you cannot understand anything, ask me, I will clear your doubts. So this lesson concentrates upon the fear. The word fear, it can be combined with any kind of a thing, and that fear can sometimes cause a lot of problem in any person's life. It can be fear on anything, and any person can overcome it if at all they take a decision about it. And that is what we have to understand. Now when I am explaining, I don't want anyone to open the textbooks or the notebooks. You can keep any running notes, and in case you feel that there is some matter you wanted to note down, you can note down. Or you wanted to clarify something, you don't want to disturb me when I am explaining, you can note it down there and ask me later also. Is it clear? So let us concentrate on this. I am not going to deal much with the writer whose name is William Douglas, but only understand one thing, that he is a person who had taken efforts to come out of the problem that he is facing with. So what is the problem that he had faced? First thing is, he had fallen into the beach when he was a little boy in California, when he was something around 3 or 4 years of age. And at that time, he did not know how he can overcome it. The reason, he is a little boy, and when a person is little, they cannot understand what is what. So when he was just 3 years or 4 years of age, he faced this problem. It is because his father, who was standing there, simply did not even feel that the boy had got affected when he fell into the water. He was laughing, but the boy was frightened. He was not normally frightened, but he was terrified. And because of that, he understood that he cannot continue anything in his life in a normal way. So the introduction to fear of water started when he was a very small boy, young boy, 3 years or maybe 4 years. And after that, he came home and he was telling his mother all the time. He was talking about water. The reason is the river Yakima is close by to their place, and he was telling again and again to his mother that he wanted to learn swimming. And then the mother told him an important thing. And what is that important thing that the mother told? She told about how people were drowning in river Yakima. Every time she told about it. Why do you think people drown in the rivers? It is because it is freshwater one and it flows. When something flows from a higher region to lower region, the force of water is terrible. When it is more, chances for a lightweight person to be carried off easily, and that too when they do not know to swim, it is tough. So when a person is learning swimming, they should never go to natural bodies. They should simply go to certain controlled or restricted areas where someone is there to guide them or supervise them. And so when the mother told him all the time about how the river Yakima was going to cause continuous death, it was causing continuous death, that mind, that matter was imprinted in this boy's brain. And so he felt that it will be better to go to a swimming pool. Reason, it is YMCA swimming pool, Young Men's Christian Association swimming pool. And we should understand that if it is a swimming pool, usually it is 3 feet on one side and 9 feet on the other side. It's usually like that. Why did I draw it like this? One second, let me correct it. Yes, I'm right. I did it correctly itself. The depth is more on one side and on another side it is lesser. It is because whoever is learning can be in a place where it is less depth. So 3 feet deep is not a major problem for a person who is something 4 feet or 5 feet. It will not cause any problem, and that's true when there are coaches around, nothing can happen. And that was the reason why this YMCA was selected, and he started to learn in that swimming pool. He learned for almost 5 days a week for an hour, and he was getting out of his fear at that time. And then an unfortunate thing had taken place. Remember, when you are learning swimming, people go with some kind of protection. This can be worn for the arms, and then it is called as water wings. Some people wear it even for the waist. For the waist one it is bigger. For the hands one it is smaller. So for children, usually they, depending upon your locality, some of them go for the water wings or they'll go for the tube. They simply call it as the tube, which is there for the waist. Is it understood? So this boy started to learn that for almost 5 days a week. He went regularly and he was learning it comfortably. I'm in the class, sir, and recording is going on. I'm in class 12C, last room, sir, in the ground floor. Yes, sir, yes, sir. So what had happened is a misadventure took place. Adventure is something where you do not know the end result is. It can be positive, it can be negative. For example, for the children in Simapuri, rat picking was an adventure. They did not know what the end result was going to be. It could be positive, it could be negative. But for this boy, it was a misadventure. Why is it a misadventure? Because he got negative results, and this negative results lasted for him for a long time in his life. And this long time in his life caused major issues, isn't it? What happened? This is a 18-year-old burly boy. Please write the correct spelling if you know. If you do not know the spelling of burly, write strong boy. Or you write energetic boy. Or you write big boy. Actual word in the text is burly. The meaning of burly is strong, muscular boy. The words are used in the text like rippling muscles. He had a lot of hair on his chest. He was muscular, he was strong. So this boy is exactly the opposite. So he called this boy skinny. Hey skinny, shall I duck you in the water? He said. Without even waiting for a reply, he simply picked him up and hurled him into the deeper end of the water. So since he's here, he threw him like this. So this boy fell in the deeper end of the water. Did all understand all the points till here? Yes. So how will that boy's condition be? Is it going to be good or bad? It is going to be bad. And remember that every person gets 3 chances in life. These 3 chances in life for any kind of a thing. Don't think that for the whole life you get 3 chances. No, for any incident you get 3 chances. These 3 chances, one is connected to water. Why? It is because any person can come out of water if they drown only 2 times. Third time if they are coming up and if someone help them out, it is positive. Is this matter understood? Monisha, are you playing? Then why is that whitener there in your hand? Stand and listen. So 3 chances are usually there for any person who is going to drown. Got it? Going to drown in the sense because the person fell in the water, I am talking about it. That's the reason why you do something, I am going to give you only 3 chances, they say. It's because we got it from this water. So what happened to this boy? He faced this incident with courage. Actually speaking, if a person falls into the water, first thing they lose is common sense. But this boy had common sense even when he fell down in water. And that is something admirable, appreciable. It is because of this planning. What was the planning which went on in his brain? He thought that even though he is going down and down, he hoped to do one thing. He wanted to reach the bottom and from there he wanted to make a big leap. I am erasing the remaining part so that you can understand what he wanted to do. He wanted to take a big leap upward. And that is the planning that we have. And remember, in case a person is walking in shallow water also, let us take this as the surface. Even if it is ankle deep, that means only your feet are in the water. Even here also, you cannot walk properly. Did you all try it and see? That's called waggling. In the water, if there is only till your feet level water, we call this waggling. Even there, you can't lift your leg immediately out from the liquid. I think you all know physics and density and that and this. It's because of those reasons. And if a person falls into the pool, will they be able to come out? That too when it is 9 feet here and 3 feet here. This 9 feet is regarded as 90 feet for this boy. Why? It is because he fell in water. Yes? And he is afraid. Even though he had common sense, even though he is planning well, he feels that the distance is too much. And that is the reason why, even when he went and his feet touched here, let us imagine that this boy is here, his feet touched here. He is not able to put pressure and jump up. The feet just touched that floor and automatically it started coming up. And where did it come out? Only the head portion was out. That too for a second or so the mouth was out, not even full time, maybe nanosecond. The nose was out for a second. He could take only 1 or 2 good deep breaths, that's all. And immediately the downward journey came. Did all understand all these points here? Any doubts? I can't speak anything. It's okay. Leave it there. So what happened was he went down like that thrice. So third time we know that even when he is coming up, his life will be gone. So what was this boy's condition? Whether it is first time or second time, the colors were changing in the water. It became yellowish color, it became blackish color. Each time, he's taking courage and trying to hold something in the water. He feels there are some ropes, he'll hold them. But actually each time he tried to hold, what came into his hands? Just water and water and water. And third time, his condition became worse. He understood that he was alive only because of 2 things. His lungs were about to burst and his head was throbbing. You know the meaning of throbbing? If something hit dum, 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 you get severe unbearable headache. Then you feel as if someone is hitting on your head. It's almost the same kind of a pain that this boy was experiencing, and then he knew that he was alive. At that time, he thought about his mother. He felt that he is in his mother's arm. Once he thought about his mother, he felt cool. He felt comfortable. He felt there's nothing to worry at all. Why? It is because he is about to lose his consciousness. Is it understandable? Since he started to lose his consciousness, he understood that there is no pain, there is no suffering. And then what happened? It is the chance for him to come out. Here there's a beautiful description about that particular paragraph. I'm not going to read it. I wanted you to read it. One person will stand up and read, or you'll read it on your own in your brain. I'll give you some time. Read it quickly. Is it done? Is it done? What is the meaning of graphic and vivid? It is minute as well as clear. Every small detail is explained. And that's the reason when you read it, how you feel? You feel as if you are experiencing it. Is it understandable? And the pain, you feel immediately sorry for William Douglas. God, he had suffered a lot. That feeling comes. What's the meaning of blacked out? He became unconscious. So here we have the 3 stages of the drowning. And the stage 1, he was frightened but not yet frightened out of his wits. Means he had common sense. His plan, what was it? He wanted to make a big jump He wanted to come onto the surface, lie flat on it and paddle to the edge of the pool. 9 feet were more like 90 feet. And then his lungs were ready to burst. Though he made a great spring upwards, he came up slowly. When he opened his eyes, he only saw water with a yellow tinge to it. He grew panicky. Panicky is nothing but extremely frightened. He was suffocating, that is, not able to breathe properly. He tried to yell, but no sound came. His eyes and nose came out of the water, but not his mouth. His legs were paralyzed and rigid. A great force pulled him under. Did you all understand the first stage of drowning? Look at the second stage. He started his long journey back to the bottom, stuck at the water, used up his energy, fighting an irresistible force, as if in a nightmare. What's a nightmare? A bad dream. In your bad dream, usually if there is negative thing, you fight. Correct? But will you be successful in it? Usually no. The same kind of a thing it was for him here. He lost his breath, his lungs ached, his head throbbed, he was dizzy. Remember the strategy. What's the strategy in this context here? Plan. What was his plan? Once his feet touch the floor, he has to put full effort and jump upwards. Will it be possible? No. The journey was endless. Water with yellow glow around him, sheared, stark terror seized him. Shrieked under water, paralyzed, stiff, rigid with fear, remembered the strategy, but made no difference. Stark terror took even a deeper hold like a great charge of electricity, shook and trembled with fright, tried to call for help, call for mother. See, when he calls for mother, who hears his words? Water. Please do not forget it. It is the water which hears. And what's the figures of speech if at all water hears the words? Personification. Do not forget it. Now, the third stage of drowning. Started down the third time, sucked for air and got water. All effort ceased. He relaxed. Blackness swept over his brain. It wiped out terror. No more panic. He was carried away lightly. Lost his consciousness. In the text, there is a beautiful sentence given. What is it? The curtain of his life fell. What's the meaning of curtain of his life fell? Died. Died. Remember, if the life is treated as drama, when the curtain is lifted, it is like birth. If the curtain is fallen down, it is like death. Do not forget that. These are like symbols. Is this clear till here? Am I going too fast? Even if I go too fast, I have to go because there is no other alternative left. Now, what is the impact? Though he was saved, ultimately a terror of water developed in him. It made him fear water permanently. Remember, the second incident in his life with the water made him get permanent fear of water. First time was when he was something around 3 or 4 years. Second time is 10 or 11 years. And this incident became even more serious. It is because the second he saw any water bodies, his legs became like gel. He couldn't even walk. Shall we call the monkey inside Priyadarshini? Shall we close the window? No. So what is the outcome? For many years that incident, he stayed away from water, but the desire to go fishing and swimming in nature was strong enough to motivate him to overcome his fear. His fear of water ruined his fishing trips. It deprived him of the joy of canoeing, boating and swimming. Douglas used every way he knew to overcome his fear he had developed since childhood. He was determined to get an instructor and learn swimming to get over his fear of water. Please remember, who is responsible to make your life better? You yourself. That must be the motto. So, because this person was away from water for a long time, but he liked to do all the activities interconnected to water, whether it's boating, swimming, fishing, canoeing, whatever it is. Because he liked all of them, he actually tried his best. How can we say that he tried his best? He went to the water bodies. He tried to do those activities, but he was helpless. When a person is not able to do any activity on their own, only then they can go for some kind of therapy or they must take the help of adults. And that was the reason why he wanted to learn help. He wanted to get help for this learning of swimming with the help of an instructor. Here the instructor, coach, remember it in both the ways. Any way is fine when you write the answer. Is this matter understood till here? Is it clear? All. So what happened with that instructor? It is learning in a controlled environment with the help of a professional. He hired an instructor. The instructor built a swim out of the glass piece by piece. Please remember this piece by piece and build. How can you use the word build? Are you constructing him? No, but we are constructing the qualities in that person, the required skills in the person. That's the reason why we need to use the word build here. Do not forget the way he did the work. 3 months he took only for the sake of one thing. What is that? A rope was tied in case this is water, this is the flat place. You have this depth here. If Douglas is in the water, rope was tied to him. Can you all see this blue color? Is it seen? Yes. A rope was tied to his waist and there was a pulley like thing on the edge and the other end was in the hand of the instructor. The whole rope was a big bundle there. Is it understood? So, whenever this rope was taut means stiff. In case the rope became like this, loose. I'll show it here with this piece of cloth. If it is, this is tight. We use the word taut here. And the spelling is T-A-U-T. Taut means stiff. Electric wires are taut in winter season. In summer season they sag. Did you all see? They bend. That's called sagging. Here, if it was taut, this fellow, William Douglas, felt comfortable. If it became taut, his legs became jerk. So each time the instructor left a little of rope, he was getting frightened and moving forward a little. And it took almost 3 months. Did you all understand? Each activity was planned and done for months together. Only then he was able to become a perfect swimmer. It is because a person who has faced trauma with water will never be able to come out of it that easily. And then what happened? Panic seized the author every time the head bent. Am I right? Yes. Panic seized the author every time his head went underwater. The instructor taught Douglas to put his face underwater and exhale and to raise his nose and inhale. So inhaling and exhaling was taught. When his face is going into the water, what did he do? He exhaled. And when the face came out of the water, what did he do? He inhaled. So this practice he did again for months and weeks together. Different activities were continued by this man so that he become a perfect swimmer without any kind of fear. Is it understood? Mastering the individual steps of swimming. Then he moved on to master individual steps of swimming, which were finally integrated into a complete experience of swimming by his instructor. After about 6 months, Douglas could not only swim the length of the pool well, but was free of his fear to a great extent. Remember the way the writer is using the word. He was free of his fear, how much? To a great extent, but not altogether. Remember that. He still had residue of fear. Residue means leftovers. Still they were there. You remember what did this man do in order to check whether he was out of fear or not? He wanted to check whether he was completely free. So what did he do? First thing he did is he swam alone in the pool. First thing is swimming alone in the pool. And this also he did for almost 6 months. Why did he wanted to do alone? Any reason? He got fear when he was alone. You remember, when he was a little boy of 10 or 11 years old, he was hauled into the swimming pool when no one was around and only he was there. So he wanted to check whether he'll be able to do the work without any fear when he was alone. So when he was swimming the length and the breadth of the swimming pool when no one was around, he got fear. And each time he got fear, he said, "Hey, fear, trying to trouble me?" He said. He addressed the fear as Mr. Fear. We have the examples of it particularly in two instances, one in the swimming pool, later on in the open water body. So he drives away the fear. And then he continues to swim the length and breadth. After he checked it out in YMCA, then he wanted to go to the natural bodies because he was still not satisfied. So he went to different places. One, he went to Lake Wentworth, then he went to New Hampshire, he died there. He went to Triggs Island and he swam 2 miles across the lake. At that time, when he got a bit of fear, he told it, "Hey, fear, trying to trouble me?" And he kicked it away. And then he wanted to show a little more of his power. So what did he do? He went to Mead Glacier. He dived into the warm lake and swam to the other shore and back. Then he felt that he had conquered the old terror. At that time he said, "I have got rid of the fear of water." And then his voice came back as echo because there were mountains around. He felt that yes, he is successful. Did all understand all the points till here? Any doubts? So what is the deep meaning? These are the things which will be helpful for you to write answers. What's the deep meaning? The experience of terror was a handicap Douglas suffered from his childhood. His conquering of it shows his determination, willpower and development of his personality. What's the meaning of personality? It is not about how tall a person is, how heavy a person is. That's not the point. It is how your qualities are developed. There is nothing wrong to have a negative quality, but are you ready to come out of it? Are you working on it? If you are working on it, and even if it takes time, no issues, but be consistent. Is it understandable? So that was the first thing. His conquering of it shows his determination. Oh, I finished reading it. He drew a larger meaning from his experience. See, this point is extremely, again, important. In death, there is peace. There is terror only in the fear of death. What's the meaning of it? When a person is not alive, will that person have any pain? No. So who has challenges? Whoever wanted to become better. If you don't have challenges, you should understand that you are not trying to become better. Is this matter understood? So that's the reason why he is telling that there is fear of death only when you are alive. And what did this person face? William Douglas? He faced both of them. What's the meaning of facing both of them? He experienced the sensation of dying and he also knows the terror of fear of it which can produce. Because he went close to death. Isn't it? So because he knows both these things, he understands that if you overcome it, you can do anything. So after he became free, he felt he was free to walk the mountain paths. Meaning of it is any task is possible, even if it is extremely high. You can climb the peaks and brush aside the fear. The meaning of climbing the mountains and the peaks, if any kind of target can be taken up successfully, and you will become the winner. Is this clear? Any doubts? And we have examples of people who have fought. One is Mahatma Gandhi. He was not a very brave person in the beginning. He was all the time timid, but he came out of it. We have Nelson Mandela. We have Abraham, the fearless president. We have Martin Luther King Jr. That's all. And if you have any other doubts, you can clarify and I'll help you out.